guys, my name is Emily. Welcome to Junk Journal Inspirations. So the first part of this video is going to be some talking. So I just have these lovelies here for you to ooh and ah and stare at. Ooh and ah over and stare at. I want to give you a little bit of an update about what's been going on and why everything's just been so crazy lately. And I will add chapters in the description box. So if you don't want to hear any of this, totally fine. You can just click on the next chapter or whichever of these journals that you would like to see the flip through of, because I will be doing that next. All right, but if you're interested, I have been very sick for, well, I guess the very sick part was about a week total, 7 days. But there was a week before that. And then, I've just been sort of recovering from being sick. I had bronchitis and a sinus infection and an ear infection after having a cold for a week. It was never COVID, thank goodness. But I was pretty well flat on my butt for 7 days straight. And I haven't gotten anything accomplished. Before I got sick, we had the plan before I got sick, but while I had just the cold, we spent 5 days, my husband and Nick and I, moving the bedrooms around to give Nick some more space. And it was just 5 solid days of working on that, and we got it all done. And then I spent a whole day with my friend Jenny. Hi, Jenny. Sort of cleaning up the craft room because a lot of the stuff that was in the bedroom needed to, be transferred over and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, and then I got really sick and I left it just kind of in a state of, it was just so depressing to walk into my craft room because there was just stuff everywhere. And way back in January, I started on these journals, and I'll tell you more about them in a minute, but things just kept happening. I had a bit of a health scare with my thyroid, and I had to have a biopsy, and I was just really sort of distraught while I was waiting for all of that to happen and then waiting for the results. And thank God, I do not have cancer. Everything is fine. We just have to keep an eye on it every year. But it sort of wrecked me for probably a good solid month. And I was working on these, but it was really hard to concentrate. And I kept getting, distracted. So this is probably the longest project I have ever worked on. And I'm so happy with the results. But I need to say a huge thank you to Tracie Fox for being patient with me, because these were supposed to be done for February and that did not happen. And now here we are, approaching the end of March, and I'm finally getting around to it. So that's where I've been, and that's sort of part of what's been going on. There's other things too, but I don't need to share all of that. It's just kind of been crazy. Since this year started, really, I feel like I've lost so many months already. But that's where we're at. And I will also apologize because I am still getting over all of this bronchitis and garbage, and I may cough, I may sniffle. If that's something that bothers you, feel free to mute and just watch. I don't want to, upset anyone, but I need to get back to work. So I can't wait for, my body to completely heal from this, or it'll be a while. All right, enough of that. Let's get into these lovelies. So this is my my next design team project for Tracie Fox at Love Junk Journals on Etsy. You can find all of her information in the description box below. You can also find a list of all of her creative design team members and links to their YouTube channels in the description box below. Please go and check everybody out. There are some seriously talented people on this design team, and I am just blown away and honored every day to be a part of it. It's just amazing. So please go and check everybody out. So the idea was this was supposed to be one journal. It was going to be a hardcover journal, and I had the cover picked out. I had already made the spine, and then I started making the inside. And if you've been watching me for any amount of time, you know that I go overboard, and there was no way that I was going to be able to fit all of this into one book. So I changed my mind sort of halfway through and decided to make 3 journals. So they are very similar and also different. They have very similar, like the pages are very similar, the papers that I used, you know, that kind of thing, the kits that I used, but they're just a little bit different in other regards. So let me give you like the, you know, the stats, we'll say. They are each 1 signature, and there are about, I think there were 80 pages front and back. I think I used 20 papers. And if you don't count like all the floof here at the bottom and at the top and at the sides, they're approximately 6 by 9. The covers are made with wallpaper and fabric inside, and then all kinds of eyelet trim and you know, lace and blah. It's just shabby chic overload. These were so fun to make. This one here, I'll tell you about that when we do it. I'm going to do these individually because it's just probably easier. And I think, is that all? Oh, the main kit that I used and sort of based everything around is Tracie's Pretty Patchwork kits. And then I used about 1,000 other ones. And I will list all the ones that I kept track of, at least, in the description box, so you can go and check them out in her Etsy shop. But I have kind of like a stash of Tracie bits, and you know, they kind of end up in there, and sometimes I forget which kits they were from. So I will do my best. But, you know, pretty much anything in Tracie's shop will match anything else in Tracie's shop. Like, I just love her kits for that. They're just, I use them over and over and over again because they just all go so well together. So yeah, Pretty Patchwork was the main kit. Let's see, am I missing anything else before we get into, a lot of the things inside here, I was inspired by other creators and YouTubers. And there were 3 in particular that I actually remembered and kept track of. And I honestly can't, so that sounds awful. I can't remember which bits necessarily go with these creators, but I want to mention them because I do like to give credit where I can. And I feel really bad that I have sort of forgotten what was, you know, what I was inspired to make from these crafters, but I will link to their YouTube channels in the description box so you can go and check them out because they're all fabulous. First was Sharon Hirth, and then Cara Renee at Reborn Art and Healing, and Francesca at Junk Journal Joie. So please go check out those ladies, and I apologize, ladies, that I cannot remember which bits were inspired, but I did remember to write your names down so that I could give you credit. All right, that is all the like details. So let's get into these. I'm going to just stop for a second here and sort of focus my camera or my phone and zoom in and stuff, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I have given each of them a name just to make it easier, you know, for anyone that might be interested in checking them out in my Etsy shop. But they don't really, the names aren't indicative of what's inside. I just chose flower names that are also ladies' names that might, you know, like sort of Victorian names or what have you, old-fashioned, some of them, not all, you know, old-fashioned sort of flower names for women. That's what I did. All right, so this one is Daisy, and like I said, that is not at all, you know, about what's inside. It's just shabby chic florals. So all right, on the outside here, this is wallpaper, and I tore the wallpaper very jaggedly into the size that I wanted. And we have some really pretty pink trim here on the bottom. I think this was an old pillowcase, and I just love it. And I think I used it all, which is sort of sad. There's some eyelet lace here on the edge, some more lace here at the top. And then I used this really pretty lace to cover up the spine, more to give it some some more structure over top of where I sewed through, because this is old wallpaper. I think it's so pretty. I don't know if it's coming through very well in the video, but I just love that. Sewed around the whole thing. I did a lot of sewing in here, a lot. This is just a piece of torn fabric that has these really pretty little rosebuds on it. And I've just wrapped that around, excuse me. It is, glued in between the layers and then sewn in. I popped a little eyelet here at the top of the spine, and I actually brought up from the inside, I brought up the ends of the thread that I used to sew in the signature. I brought it up through, you'll see when we're inside, and I just added some beads there. This piece here is just sort of a cluster of things. You've got a vintage doily back here, a fabric ruffle, some, is that ticking? I can't remember the name of that fabric. I love that. That's from my friend Amy. Hi, Amy. Some little velvet ribbon. This is a piece from a wedding dress. And then I've just got this big floofy, lacy bow here at the top. This is a Tim Holtz frame. I'm gonna call it a frame. And I took a Tim Holtz piece of ephemera and I cut it down, and then I added glossy accents on top of that. And that's the cover. And then when we open it up here, you can see I used this fabric on the inside, on the the other side of the wallpaper, and it actually this actually is like a flip over here, so it opens up like that. I've got my little maker stamp here on a piece of fabric. This stamp came from the amazing Lorna at Tailor Made Journals. She makes the most amazing stamps. Excuse me. Okay, that's gonna keep happening. I'm really sorry. Let me grab a drink real quick. Okay, so here on the inside cover, I just took a piece of Tracie's kit. I think it's a Victorian photo album. I'm not even gonna try. Yeah, everything in here is Tracie's, unless I tell you otherwise. And I just very roughly tore and kind of cut out the inside, and it added a piece of acetate and then another piece of a kit, and created a pocket for these little bits. I think these may have been a freebie. These may have been a freebie, one of Tracie's freebies from her Facebook group. I just tore around them and inked them and created little journaling spaces there. You've got a floofy little piece, here, and a metal piece. This was on the original spine that I created when it was going to be one big journal. So I just added it there. I liked how that looked. All right, we have an old, I don't know what you would call this thing, but I like it, so I just added that on the front. I've got a piece of fabric here. I glued it on, and then it's, obviously sewn in with the signature. This piece here was made by the lovely Nikki Adigan. Hi, Nikki. I cut up a couple pieces that she had sent me. I just love how this looked, and I just sewed down the edge with like a wavy stitch. This is scrapbook paper. I think it's Prima Fairy Tale or something, or Tales of You and Me. I think that's what it's called. Okay, here we have a bag that I bought, I think, or somebody gave to me. I think it's from Casa di Cognito on Etsy, but I can't remember for sure. These are some of Tracie's tea cards. I just added a piece of fun fabric back behind there and some eyelash trim. And then inside the bag, you actually have you could put put something behind here too. I left it open both ways, but it was just getting too chunky. This is one of the pretty patchwork tags. It's just so gorgeous by itself. And then I printed another page from the kit on the back. But I added some eyelash trim and some ribbon and some, I think this might be like tulle or something. I'm not sure what that is. And a wax seal with some gold, probably marker. I probably used marker on that. I'm not sure if that's showing up really well, but there's that. And then this is a page from the kit, Tim Holtz paper dolls with some very old tatting behind there. And I tore the kit pages. I just love how that looks in a Shabby Chic journal. This is from a Kate Greenaway book. And I used some pages, and then I created these some of these pockets with pages from that book. That book is Marigold Garden, I believe, and that was going to be the cover I was going to use. But yeah, that didn't go well. This is another page from that same book. And then I just sewed a little tab on the top, and that just slides in there. I did do some light stamping on the front to just cover up some of the white book page, and a little piece with Tracie bit down here, and I think that's Tim Holtz words or something. This is just some stuff that I have that I use as like a, you know, for layering and stuff. It's like a weird, I don't know, netting stuff. Inside we have an altered playing card. Look how gorgeous that is. You wouldn't even have to do anything to it really, but I just added this little applique thingy. A little piece of, you know, stuff. I covered the back with tissue paper or tracing paper that I had stamped on. So you could write on this if you wanted to. And then you also have an authentic vintage label. I love these. They're so pretty. I do like to add both vintage and new things in my journals. This is a really old birthday card. I just covered up some words down here, but it has this, you can still see the pretty bow here on the side of the card. And I just covered up whatever was here. Again, this is sheet music, just covered with stamped tracing paper, some tatting. That was my great-grandmother did this tatting, and some cheesecloth. This is a snag-free paper clip that I made out of packaging, and so it's like really sturdy. It was some sort of, I think I got some jewelry bits or something on it on clearance at Hobby Lobby. Covered it with Tim Holtz paper, and I think this is a piece from Tracie's kit. And this is some beautiful fabric that my lovely friend Dee Dee sent me a while ago for my birthday. Hi, Dee. And then just some vintage lace on the top. I don't have it actually like holding anything on, but you could add something under there if you wanted to. It's just more decorative at the moment. Some, you know, paper here. This is a piece of, I think this is a butter wrapper. I'm pretty sure it's a butter wrapper from maybe Russia. It might be Russian, I'm not sure. But I have like sheets of it, and it's so cool, and I love the design and the graphics and the colors. This is a piece out of a book, and I, for the life of me now, can't remember what book it was. I just took a piece of velvet ribbon and sewed it on there as a tab. This is one of Tracie's pockets. It's from a different kit. Actually, it might have been from I used a bunch of pieces from Foxy Rags too. Just some, you know, a little bit of like, whatever, clustering there. And then this is also a freebie, or not a freebie, from one of the Foxy Rags. And I just sewed along the side here. You've got some more of that ticking fabric. This is some Holly Hobby wrapping paper, and I just folded it over to create a pocket. I will say, excuse me, if you purchase these, you know, one of these journals, just be very careful. It is wrapping paper, and it's thin, and it's from the 80s. So I did add, I think this is Tim Holtz. I added that there to kind of give it some more stability, but just be careful. This is an authentic piece of antique ephemera from 1886. It's a marriage wedding invitation. I just think that's really cool, and it's like on really thick card. This was one of the things I was inspired to make, and I think this might have been Sharon. And I'm sorry, I'm just not going to remember. But anyway, it's just a little bookmark corner made out of, this is Tracie's, this is from her Valentine paper kit. I think this is like my favorite paper ever. And then this is probably scrapbook paper or something, but I just added some like rhinestone trim there and some of this little applique trim. And then you can take it off and put it wherever you want. You can put it at the bottom, you can put it at the top. This is some paper that I actually tea dyed this. It was white, but it looks like handmade paper because it has all the little flowers and leaves in it. I really like that paper. Make sure I'm in frame here. This is a pocket that has acetate on the front. And okay, let me just do this first. Okay, so this is one of the tags from the kit. And I added some stamped tracing paper and some other bits, a Tracie word here. And I created, this is a Tim Holtz die, and I have acetate behind it. So it just creates kind of a window, some authentic vintage tickets. And then I think I got this in, or no, this is just a tag that I stamped and added some washi and sari silk to. And then that fits in the back of the pocket. And then in the front of the pocket, well, we've got acetate covering the whole thing. And then I added this Tim Holtz piece here. And there's an authentic cigarette card in the back, or in that little spot there. And then you have a piece back behind the acetate too that I'm having trouble getting to from the angle I am at. Let me see if I can, let's see if I can get it. This is gonna be a long video, guys, I'm sorry. This is another authentic piece of ephemera. Isn't that gorgeous? I'll make sure that is kind of out of the way, and then I can get under there. Okay, I'll leave it kind of hanging out a bit, that'll help. Okay, and then I just added some wedding dress pieces on there. This is a page from the Kate Greenaway book. And I have a doily that I turned into a pocket, and you've got an authentic Victorian calling card, and also a tag that I added some of the wallpaper, or not wallpaper, the Holly Hobby wrapping paper to, and some other things in there. Another page from the kit. It's just gorgeous, honestly. I just sewed some vintage lace down the side. Here you have a like a spool card, and I think that was a freebie, or not a freebie, a Foxy Rag. I'm gonna keep saying that wrong. I just this is just vintage lace wrapped around here with some other little fabric bits and a little bead on the bulb pin. You could take that off and use it in the journal or leave it like that. This is an old piece of fabric that I think is just lovely, and I just cut it and put it on the front of here and sewed it on. This is just a piece of scrapbook paper. This is a dried flower, that's what it's called, that I have between acetate. I have some Tim Holtz paper behind it, and then this is one of Tracie's tags, and I just added, you know, a little phrase and a flower here, and I've got a vintage button, and then I did add, just to give the stitching, you know, when I sewed the button on, I have some alcohol ink dyed tape on the back of there. All right, this is a greeting card, handmade paper. I just love it. I didn't do anything with it. I just left it alone. This is from a book of wrapping paper that I have. It's a Pepin Press. It's amazing. I just love it. I made this pocket. It's embossed, and then I think it's vellum, and then I have a napkin over top of that. And then it's embossed, and then I added some gilding wax on there. You have a French wine label and a bridge paper, you know, score sheet in there. That's just a cluster there. Oh no, this is the butter one. I'm not sure what the other one is. This is a butter wrapper. I am in love with this. I just folded it over. I didn't do anything else with it. It's all crinkly and lovely. This is just a paper bag. Inside is an authentic, words, Emily, antique postcard. It's actually silk on top of there. I'm not sure if you can see that, but it's just gorgeous. So that is in there. And then I created a page. Oh, I forgot the back. This is let me show you what this is. This started life as this. I've inked this one, but they're normally white. But this would go on the bottom of your wine glass as like a coaster. So I have a bunch of those. And what I did, this was greatly inspired. Like my hands were the ones that made it, but my friend Jenny created this almost from scratch. So I have to give her credit for that. We were just texting back and forth, and she was helping me create this. So I inked it with a bunch of different colors. I added a Tim Holtz word thingy here, some flat back pearls. I did some stamping on it, and then I took that wrapping paper book. I created a circle tag and added a little stamp on the back and some fabric. So I'm in love with this. I think it's just amazing, and it's all because of Jenny. And then I created a new to me kind of journal page. It's all tags on the front. I just love this. I just thought it was really cool. There are a lot of tags that come in the Pretty Patchwork ephemera kit, and I just thought it would be a fun way to use them in a different way. If you're interested, I might do a video on how I created this page. You can just let me know in the comments. But you can, write on them or whatever. This is one of Tracie's pretty houses, and I added this little die cut lady that I had in my stash and just sewed around it a little bit. You've got a tag inside here. This tag came to me in Happy Mail, but I added some pieces to it to kind of make it match the journal better. And I can't remember who sent it to me, and I'm sorry. Here's the other side of the house. I have these little stickers of these little Victorian girls. And I just added that there. This is some scrapbook paper that I had tea dyed, and I just made a simple little tag with a velvet tab. This is vellum behind this die cut, and I turned it into a pocket. This is actually the same paper. I just used, a different piece of it. You've got some other bits and bobs here. Okay, so this is the most fun piece, I think. I'm going to take just a second and get a drink of water because my throat's getting all froggy. Okay, so this is so fun, guys. All right, for those of you who have dogs, you may be able to relate. So we buy the rolls of little plastic potty bags. I'm going to call them potty bags because that sounds nicer. And all of a sudden they started being packaged differently, and they used to be plastic cores, right? And then all of a sudden they were cardboard. And I saw this and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to keep these. So I have a whole stash of these now. So these are puppy potty bag cores. And I just took it and I painted it with some distress paint and some Prima metallic paint. There's some gesso, white gesso. I just kind of messed it up, for lack of a better word, poked some holes, and I sewed it onto the edge of this page as a tab. Let me hold it up so you can see it better. So yeah, so you just got this little tab here. I just was like, I thought that was so cool. I was so excited. So yeah, you'll see those every once in a while now, I think, in my work, because I've got a whole stash of them. We're never short of those, so it'll keep happening. Anyways, I was proud of myself. So I did use some washi to secure that you know, before I sewed a little better. This is some wallpaper that I have that has these beautiful window boxes and windows on them. I took a Tim Holtz paper doll and it looks like she's kind of sitting on the window box. And then there's a couple butterflies. These are Tim Holtz butterflies. This is a first day cover from 1978. It actually has something inside like telling you about these particular stamps. I thought that kind of went perfectly. Some old notebook paper. This is more of this trim. I just put it in the center here. And the center of this signature is one piece that I glued together to make a pocket. But you can see up here, that is the signature strings. And that's what I brought through. I brought it through that eyelet and put the beads on. This is from one of Tracie's kits. And what I did was I just created a window with some acetate. I put that beautiful paper behind there. And then these are Tim Holtz people cards, like those big chunky, look like tarot cards almost. And I just backed it onto some two different pieces of scrapbook paper, added some tatting, and then that goes in there so you can see them through the window. Got a little applique down here. There is a pocket in the middle, and I just added another one of the tags from the kit, and I did some black wax seals. I just love how those look. This was definitely inspired by Francesca at Junk Journal Joie, the double wax seal. I had so much fun. I just put some eyelash trim behind there. And then the back side is the same. There's another card with these beautiful people. And that just slides in there. Okay, so that's the center of the signature, so I can probably go a little faster now. Just created a little tab here because I had cut that out from something else. This is one of Tracie's vintage paper dolls, and I just used a Tim Holtz paper clip to clip her down here on the bottom. I am just in love with these. I added some lace and some bling. I gave her a little necklace, and she's backed onto scrapbook paper. And then we have some ruffle here along the edge, this beautiful paper. This was something I made 1,000 years ago when I did my snippet roll videos. And it's just been sitting in my stash. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to use this. So I just added a flower and this little bit down here. And then it's a side tuck. So this was, I got in Happy Mail. So I'm not sure where those digitals are from, but I just thought it was pretty, and I need to start using some of the stuff in my stash. So this is an authentic Victorian die cut piece for like a scrapbook. And then that's a Tracie bit back there. This is a Project Life card that I avocado dyed. You've got some film strip here, and then a piece from a wedding dress. All right. Here is a frame that I die cut. It's a like emboss and cut at the same time. And I had this sticker that was already like shiny like this, and it's kind of see-through, but I just made that into like a picture frame. And then here's the other side of that tag page. So this side has, I just attached it to a piece of avocado dyed paper, but this side has two tags that are actually magneted. There's magnets under here to hold these closed. And then this is a belly band and a die cut flower. And then you've got three little things here. This is a teeny Rolodex card. And it does fit, I promise. Just nothing ever goes right when I'm filming. This is a Tim Holtz journaling card, and I have a punch that does this, so I thought it was kind of cool. Use my whale tail, my tab punch for a tab. And then this is another altered greeting card, or altered playing card. It was just so pretty on this side, so I didn't do anything really, just added a tab and then did a little bit over here on this side. And then those just close. And then the back side of that page, you end up with all these, you know, like the ends of the tags, and then they're great little tuck spots. So we have, this is an antique game card. This is beautiful flowers and this gorgeous you know, background. I love these cards. And then this is from one of Tracie's freebies, I believe. And just tuck that in there. That. And then here's the other side of the bag. I created this. This is the new doily embossing folder from Tim Holtz. Oh my gosh, I think this is my favorite thing I own right now. It's so gorgeous, and I haven't had a chance to play with it as much as I want to, but look at how pretty. I mean, this is just a card catalog card. Added some bling and some doily and just stuff, and then I added a brad in the hole, you know, the card catalog, like the bottom, the whole part, and some lace there. I'm in love. I just inked it up. I mean, I didn't even try very hard. It just turned out beautiful. Okay, this was a package of birthday seals that I had purchased, but I just loved the package so much. So what I did is I added some probably packaging film. This is not very thick, and this flower back behind here, and then it's just now a little pocket. So I just added a few bits from Tracie's kits in here. So just some tickets. But I just love how that turned out. And I didn't glue it down. I just paper clipped it because I liked how the back looked too. I think it's so pretty. All right. So that is just paper clipped. Oh, there it is. Okay. And then I just added a tab there. I have a little cluster that I've had in my stash forever, that I made forever ago. This ticket pocket was given to me in Happy Mail. I did stamp on the front. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, you can kind of see that. But it didn't work very well, but I kind of liked how it looked anyway, so I just went with it. And then I just added a die cut flower on the back, and these are some antique or vintage tickets. And then it's just clipped on here with a little spiral clip. Okay. This is a pocket I made out of an old handkerchief. I think that's just beautiful. Added some vintage buttons at the top. Lots and lots and lots and lots of sewing. I had a ton of fun sewing. Let's see. This is a Tim Holtz journaling card, one of the bigger ones. I just did some sort of clustering on here. This is an old piece of something. These are some really cool, thick, like, I think they might be Denison, like edge tabs, and I just stamped on there, and then you've got writing space on the back. Some crochet trim here, these gorgeous pages, I'm telling you. Tracie I love all of her kits, but she has come up with some fantastic ones in the past 6 months. It's just been like, I'm just blown away. This is the other side of that pocket, and I just, I took a Rolodex card and stamped on the front, added some washi and this fun little bow cluster at the top. And then I just sewed around, and I just realized I was going to cut these. Like, I just kept sewing instead of stopping at the holes. I think I'm going to leave them, and you can cut them if you want to, but I kind of like how that looks. So another page from the Kate Greenaway book. This is an envelope from the kit that I completely sort of changed up. The flap, you have an old piece of doily. Okay, and then inside, I mean, how gorgeous is this? I did, you know, all the sewing around the edges. There's an antique letter in here from 1904. I think it's written to a convent, maybe. I didn't read the whole thing, so if it's inappropriate, I apologize. I just like the writing and everything. I took some Tim Holtz ephemera and just sort of clustered. This is a Tracie label, actually. This is a piece of Tim Holtz, and then I've got some antique pieces in here, a game piece, and then a ticket for an entry into something. And then, yeah, that you've got that. And then I've got a little clip with some sort of, you know, lacy trim on it there. And it just holds it in place. Guys, I had so much fun with this Shabby Chic. I don't do Shabby Chic all the time, but man, when I do, I love it. All right. And then the other side of that wrapping paper page, You have an old promissory note in here from 1800 something, it says. I just think it's so cool. So again, just, you know, take your time when putting things in and out of that. All right, so this is an old greeting card. I took some of that velvet ribbon and created a tie here. I mean, I did. If it'll untie, that's the question. Which way does it go? There we go. And then I added some lace to the top to kind of cover the words. It's got these glittery carnations. I just think it's gorgeous. And then inside I added one of Tracie's portraits from one of her portrait kits. Added some book corners to it. I just think it's fabulous. I will tie that later. And then you have this gorgeous page here. This is from a book. I really can't remember what this is from. It could be butter too. I should ask Tyler's girlfriend if she knows what that says, because I can't remember. Got a little tiny clip here holding on this pocket. Added some die cut flowers. It's just gorgeous paper. And I made a tag inside as well. I am sorry, this is going to be very long. I'm trying to decide if I want to split this up into 3 videos. We'll see. We'll see. This is the back side of that really pretty card. This was a circle that I had punched out for something. I just used it as a decoration with some tea-dyed paper here. And then you can see my sewing on the back. I love how that looks. This envelope was given to me a very long time ago in Happy Mail. So I just decided to use it. I added this piece here from a piece of paper. I backed it onto some cardstock or something. And then I can't remember. I think that was from one of Tracie's, either the Foxy Rag or a freebie or something. And then inside the envelope is just another one of these pieces from a Foxy Rag or a freebie, can't remember. And then in the back I have this is a Tim Holtz tag that I had in my stash. I just folded up the bottom because it had holes in it here, and I just added brads. And then in the little pocket is a tiny little Victorian die cut piece, flower seal or whatever you want to call it, so a Tracie label, some other like collaging and pieces here, and then just some lace at the top. And then this is, I just made this, I don't know, I just did. It's just paper and this piece on the front, and it's just like a little notepad. And I just used an eyelet to hold it all together, and then you've got some lace there too. All right, we're almost to the end, guys, of the first one. All right, and then this page, this was a wedding shower invitation that I had in my stash. I actually think I might still have some of these listed on Etsy, but I cut out all of the words on the, you know, the inside, the invitation part. I just cut all that out, added some acetate to it to make a window. This is, I think this is one of Tracie's butterflies. I just added some little stamen antenna there. Got some cheesecloth, some bling, and resin flowers, and wedding dress piece, and I just kind of zhuzhed it up. And then this is a piece of scrapbook paper, and I just turned it into a tag, and I backed it with one of Tracie's, the backs of her cabinet cards in one of her portrait kits. And I messed up on the sewing, so that's why you've got this little piece here, but I like how that looks. I think that's cool. All right, sometimes I do that on purpose. So, all right, and then that's the back. That's it. That is it. So again, you've got my little stamp here letting you know who made it. And that one is called Daisy. That is Daisy. So let's move on. I'm just gonna set this aside up here. And let's move on to Rose. Now I named this one, even though they all kind of have roses, I named this one Rose because of the wallpaper that I used. So this wallpaper, I don't know if you can see, it is very, it's old, and it's also not in the best shape. So that's why I covered it with a sheer fabric and did a lot of sewing around the whole thing because it was so fragile and it was cracking even with the fabric on the back. So I think I've made it sturdier. I've just got some lace here, eyelet lace for the closure. You've got all that floof at the bottom and at the top and at the side. And then again, I just added a whole bunch of stuff. Here, this is again a piece of Tim Holtz ephemera with glossy accents over it and wedding dress pieces and just all kinds of stuff. I did some fun sewing around here, as well as just straight stitch. This has a different trim over the spine. And you can see this is part of the sheer fabric. And I love how, I think it came together really nice when it was all said and done. So, and then you've also got some of those flowers here on this edge. All right, so same sort of deal. I don't have anything on the inside of this cover. And then you've got a doily here, some fabric. I'll go a little faster. Some more of that Nikki trim. This is an antique cabinet card. I'll show you that in a second. I turned it into a pocket. You've just got a tag. I've got a little bee wax seal up here. And then I just completely went crazy on this thing. Added all kinds of gold gilding wax. I just loved the texture of it. I thought it was just beautiful. Added a whole bunch of pieces down here to the bottom. And then on the inside, just be careful. Use two hands when you're opening and closing this thing. You have some more of that fabric from Dee Dee, and I just turned it into like a photo. Added some photo corners and some pieces down here. And I just think that turned out really cool. I was super excited about that. So if you lift this while putting that in, it works better. Okay, some more Tim Holtz ladies with some trim on Tracie's gorgeous, gorgeous page. This is the wallpaper that's used for the cover. So it's got these little Swiss dots on it that you can probably not see in the video, but I just love it. I wish it was a bit sturdier and less fragile. I just turned it into a journaling card, some scrapbooking paper on the back. This is an old postcard. I'm not sure how old, but it just has this beautiful Bellingrath Gardens from Mobile, Alabama on it. And then this is also a pocket here. I've got, this is the piece of metal foil from a wine bottle. It was pink and I just loved it. And then you've got a Tracie label and some other bits back there. And then here's the tag inside. I did this on purpose. This was on purpose. I can't now remember. I think it was Joie. Who was it? Oh, I can't remember. Anyway, I did it on purpose. It wasn't a mess up. My sewing machine was messing up during this project, but yeah, that was on purpose. All right. This is an old birthday card, and I stapled the end shut here. This is a piece from one of Tracie's kits I just used there in the center. Same thing, some velvet ribbon. I mean, it's faux velvet, you know what I mean. This was a beautiful pocket that my friend Lori sent me. It had tea inside, but I glued down the back and made it a pocket for this antique little bookmark advertising piece. This is authentic. And it just slides in there. And Holly Hobby wrapping paper, and inside we have, this is a 1940s graduation announcement little name card. If you remember the days when we did that, I don't even know if they do that anymore. A bridge score sheet. Again, just be careful with that. This is another one of those book corner bookmarks. Same, I think I did them all exactly the same, if I remember correctly. And then here you have another pocket. I did some stamping on. This was just a pocket from the kit with some bits and pieces down here. And then this is another one of those tags with the die cut backed with acetate. And turned into a pocket. And then again, same thing. This is a Ukrainian bus ticket, I believe. I just liked the color. And then a little flower up there. Okay, a piece of a page from a Kate Greenaway book. And then you've got your doily pocket, and this one is another authentic Victorian calling card. This one, I believe this is this was Cara Renee at Reborn Art and Healing. Be Reborn Art and Healing. This was her idea. So it's glued on, but basically it is 3 mini CD envelopes glued together to make this little flip down thingy. Try and show you the whole thing. Okay, and then each one has a tag inside, and there's a beautiful image from that Kate Greenaway book in each of the windows, and then some die cut flowers, some lace and fabric, and then, oh, these are just scrapbook paper. And some really pretty floral ribbon that I have. And then the other side, let's see if I can do this. I used this gorgeous wrapping paper that I think I got this from my friend Jenny. This one is upside down. I apologize. I messed up, but you know what? It's okay. But I just think it's pretty. It's very pretty. And especially when you fold it all up, I think it looks really nice. And then I just used this big rose gold bulldog clip to hold that down. Okay, now here we go. This is an old hand towel that I've had forever. I actually have a digital of this in my shop, and I just cut out the inside and sewed around it, and I actually flapped it over the side here just for some added interest. Made a little pocket with a dried flower here and some Tim Holtz bits and a piece from Tracie's kit. This is one of the kits or pieces from the Pretty Patchwork kit with some vintage buttons at the top and a flower like that. This is an old greeting card. That Pep & Press wrapping paper. This is a pocket I made my decoupage napkin on to maybe an index card or something. I don't even know. Oh no, I know what it was. This is the reverse part after you die cut. So this was the leftover, right? So I backed it onto some music paper and then decoupage napkin over the whole thing. Added some bling and some other bits here. This bee came to me in a happy mail. Oh, these are little itty bitty, let me see if I can, puzzle pieces that I did all kinds of stuff to. Mainly texture paste, paint. It's the Crackle texture paste. Prima paint, I think it might be the Tim Holtz Kitsch Flamingo, I can't remember. And then some silver gilding wax on top. Excuse me a second, I'm gonna grab a drink. Okay, so inside that pocket, you have a French wine label. It's just this really pretty green and gold. And then this is a library card. You can see on the back, it's been avocado dyed. I added a Tim Holtz wallpaper snippet thingy here, did some stamping, some rickrack, and one of Tracie's little teeny tiny photo album pictures. And then you've got that butter wrapper. Again, she's all crinkly and lovely. This is a cigar box label that I kind of cut down and turned into a page. And I did reinforce that with washi. And then this is a Viewmaster reel that I altered with all this blue, and I just love it. Yeah, I was just, I just love it so much. And then I just added, this is an authentic advertising card. It has 1892 written up at the top in pencil. But I just, the blue on it, I just thought that sort of went here. This is another of the tag pages that I talked about in the first flip through. And then again, this I've had since I made those snippet roll videos. It's just glued on there, but I love that image and I just thought it was pretty. So I added that, or I just put that in here. This is another pocket from the kit that I added some bits and bobs to. And then there's an authentic cigarette card. I think it's cigarette, or is it tea? I don't know. This might be tea. Anyway, it's just a butterfly. Isn't that pretty? And then in the back are two of Tracie's tags. I think these were from a Foxy Rag. I added a Tim Holtz flower here, and I actually colored, it was a black, one of the black and white ones. And I colored it with alcohol ink. I think I did anyway. Yeah. Alcohol ink markers. You have a ruffle here, and then a piece of Holly Hobby wrapping paper and some sewing pattern paper and a ruffle at the top. Lots and lots of sewing. This is a die cut piece that has vellum behind it, and then just a piece of scrapbooking paper with some velvet ribbon at the top. And then I just cut this out with a punch, added some acetate and some dried flowers underneath, and then just turned it into a big like card, I guess, with flowers, some masking tape sewed around it. This is scrapbook paper here. And then I think this is, I don't know where that's from. Good question. I don't remember where that's from. It's escaping me right now. Anyway, I thought that was kind of cool. And then you've got the beautiful page back here of Tracie's kit. This is another puppy potty bag core tab. That's a mouthful, isn't it? And then this is that wallpaper with the beautiful windows and flower boxes. Added a butterfly, some clear buttons. I am sort of addicted to clear buttons right now. I got that idea from Francesca at Junk Journal Joie. I just think they're fabulous. And I actually had some in my stash, which is amazing. And I didn't go out and buy them before I found them. So yay. This is a burlap piece that I cut into a tag with a die cut, a die. This is a first day cover from Portugal, I believe. Brazil. It's from Brazil. And I just thought it was beautiful with the cactus flower. And, you know, I've got the stamp on there. Some notebook paper, some more fabric. This is an old greeting card. I added some fabric trim to the top and made it a pocket here where, you know, it's sort of open. Added one of the tags from the kit. It's got a butterfly wax seal at the top. And then I think I love Tracie's kits because she does a lot of the sewing digitally. So sometimes you don't have to add anything. Like, it's just beautiful all by itself. It's just fabulous. Let's see if I can get it back in here. Okay, and then this actually is a pop-up card, and I was able somehow miraculously to sew this into the middle of the signature. Don't ask me how, and don't ever ask me to show you how, because there were a lot of you know, expletives as I was doing this, but it worked and I'm so happy. I added some of the Valentine background paper here to cover the words and some other little teeny tiny doilies. You know, did some like layering and clustering, but I think it's just beautiful by itself. And then you have another pocket here, and it has another one of the doily embossed card catalog cards. I'm seriously just in love with that. And I have that embossing folder because of my dear friend Jenny, who gave me a gift card for my birthday, and I was able to buy that, and I'm like so super excited about it. So thank you again, Jenny. And if you didn't see Jenny's video yesterday, you need to go and check that out. It's the video right before this one. This is a piece from the kit, and then I just added a bunch of die cut flowers, Tim Holtz die cut flowers back there. Just a little tab I made with a circle cut out. This is one of the paper dolls. It's just paper clipped to the bottom here, but I added some like lace trim and gave her a little necklace and added a little bit of bling to her dress, and she's backed onto scrapbook paper. Okay, You've got a fabric ruffle here. It's beautiful background page. I just clustered up some stuff and added it here. I've got just some staples, and I don't know, I just let it kind of flow over the edge just for some interest. I created another photo frame. This is the Holly Happy wrapping paper piece in there. You've got gilding wax on the embossed part of the frame. And then this is the other side of the tag page, and you've got the magnets that hold those closed. And then here's a teeny tiny Rolodex card that I stamped and decorated. This was a piece I got in Happy Mail, just a little journaling card or tag. And then this is one of the Tim Holtz journaling cards, and I created a tab on the top, and I punched it with this punch that I have that makes that cool design. And then those just flip shut. And then back here you've got the tuck spots created by all those tags. This is an antique card game. I just think these cards are absolutely stunning. I will have some listed in my shop, but that is like second or third on my to-do list. So just keep an eye out for those if you're interested. And then this is an authentic antique card from, oh no, she was 12 years old. So I'm not sure what year this is from, but her name is Sarah, and I think she's just adorable. Oops, how did I have that in here like that? Okay. That's the back of the cigar, the other side of the cigar box label. And then this pocket little thingy I created out of the end of a player piano roll. I just folded it over and sewed around it, added this little piece here with a little button and a bulb pin, and then you've got the gorgeous, you know, print from the actual paper there, and I just added another few little bits there. And then on the inside, this is wait, is there something else in there? No. That is fragile, so just, you know, be careful. This is a bookmark from a vintage planner. Well, it's not vintage, probably early 2000s. But it has these dried flowers inside, and I just thought it was gorgeous. So I just cut it down, rounded the corners, and added some fabric to the top, and then that just goes in here. And then that whole thing is just clipped on with a spiral clip here. All right, and you've got that gorgeous Pep & Press wrapping paper. Made a little tab here on the back of this greeting card. Some scrapbook paper. This is another pocket I made out of an old handkerchief. Some buttons at the top. This was a tag that I had in my stash, probably got from Happy Mail, and then I just added a whole bunch of stuff to it and decorated it and backed it with some tea-dyed paper. This is a Tim Holtz journaling card, and this is a Denizen tab. It's like really thick. I love these things, and I stamped on it, added a piece of whatever you want to call that there, and some other things here, and then you've got writing space on the back. And we've got some crochet trim, this gorgeous page from the kit, and then this is a Rolodex card that I decorated with a doily and some Tim Holtz ephemera. I did a little stamp here, fabric ruffle, and that just sits in there. And then and that's the other side of the Kate Greenaway book. This is an envelope that I got in Happy Mail a long time ago. It was just, it was just plain. I think it had the lace on it. I added this piece from a wedding dress. I added the buttons. I sewed around it, and I added these bits here. I think I added these. No, I'm not sure. But anyway, inside you have an antique letter, an authentic piece from 1857. I think that is just fabulous. The paper feels like almost like fabric. Oh, just gorgeous. I really love my vintage pieces. Okay, and then yeah, that just clips on here with this little bulldog clip that has sari silk. Is that how I had it? I think so. That works. Okay. And then you have the other side of the Holly Hobby wrapping paper, and carefully, there's just a pink prize plan voucher, vintage, I don't know, from the 50s or 60s probably. I love the little rust stain from the paper clip. Okay, I don't want that to get lost. This is an old Valentine card. I added some fabric, ribbon kind of trim stuff to the hinges, or to where it folds, because it is very fragile. Very fragile. So please, if you purchase this, please be careful. I just glued it down. I didn't do anything else to it. So it just has the little poem inside. It says, "My shy love, why are you so shy, love? Why won't you send me some sign that out of all of your lovers, you'll have me for Valentine?" So I just thought that was beautiful. So I just kind of left it as is. You've got this gorgeous page here. This is another little pocket and tag I made with the Kate Greenaway book. Love that. Got writing space here. And then let's see if I can do this. All right, and then this is the back of that other card. This is a piece from Tracie's kit. I just tore around and sewed it on. A little thing, a circle here, I folded in half and sewed on there. You've got this gorgeous rose on the back there. This is another envelope that I got in Happy Mail. It had a little tear down here, so I added a teeny tiny snippet from Tim Holtz. I didn't do anything else to this. It was already done. That's the only thing I did. Inside is just a piece of tea-dyed paper that I tore and inked up. And then you have a Tim Holtz tag that has a little pocket with a little floral seal. And then I just did a little bit of collaging there. And then this is a little notepad that I made with some of the wrapping paper for the Pep and Press. And you just got some pages here, just blank avocado dyed and tea dyed paper, and some lace at the top. And then we're almost done, guys, with this one. This is the back page. Look at how gorgeous this is, first of all. Can we just all take a moment? I mean, Tracie's digitals are just fabulous. This is a die that I have that cuts this pocket. It is crooked. I apologize. Yeah, it just happened, and you know, what are you gonna do? So I have a cluster down here with some of my great grandma's tatting. There's a little ticket in here from Tracie's kit. This is a Tracie piece with some fabric behind it. I just sewed on these pieces here. This is a vintage trading card with some tulips. It's like a playing card, but it doesn't have anything on the back. And then this is another, okay, what's happening? What are you stuck on? Let's see. Okay. This is another piece that I made when I did those snippet roll videos. And it's just a little tag, and I think I added this piece, but it was pretty much like this when I started. And then this is one of the pictures from one of Tracie's portrait kits. Tim Holtz flower down here, a little piece from the kit I folded over and made a tab, and this is a Project Life card for journaling space. And then I just decorated the pockets up a little bit. And then you've got my maker mark here, the stamp that Lorna at Tailor Made Journals made for me. I love it. Thank you, Lorna. And then you've got your doily. And then in the center of the signature, I just attached this piece. It was like it's from a piece that you'll see in the next flip through. And then I just added some wire and a little rose charm to the bottom. So as you can see, they're very, very similar, but then also a little bit different. So this one is rose. Okay, let's set this one aside. Just throw this around a little bit so it stays together. All right, last one. We have violet. Has nothing to do, and the name is just the name. So this is the piece that other little piece came from. It was just a little like keychain thing. I got it Hobby Lobby on clearance, but it's just this adorable little tassel, and it actually has little little bees around the top. So I just added a large wide eyelet to the front cover here, and I just used some string, nothing special, and I just tied that on. And then you've got some eyelet ribbon here for your closure. Again, this is wallpaper that I tore. I tore the wallpaper because I like that look. And then I sewed it onto all the fabrics and trims and stuff. You've got a little bee image behind this frame, and then all your other little bits and pieces, some tatting, doily, and this floofy lacy bow. I've got a ruffle here and just did some crazy sewing around there. You've got fabric on the spine, and there's the back. I just love this wallpaper. It's hard to tell, you know, in the video, but it's gorgeous. I don't have any pockets on the inside of this one either. Just the one had that. I left the other ones plain, honestly, because I didn't want to cover up this flower. So that was the main reason. And then this flaps over here. So we've got our doily again, a piece from Nikki. In here is a vintage butterfly flashcard and an antique massage cream label. These are both authentic. And then I've got a wax seal down here and a piece from Tracie's kit and some other bits behind there. And then this is the tag inside this pocket. Made a little tab with my Stampin' Up! Punch out of some of Tracie's background pages. Okay, gorgeous background page from the kit, and I tore around those. This is a bag I was given in Happy Meal, I believe, or I purchased it on Etsy. And then you can actually put something behind it too, but I didn't. This is a tag from the Pretty Patchwork kit. I made a blank square wax seal, and then I at the same time did this tiny little flower one on the side. That was inspired by Francesca at Junk Journal Joy. I love how that looks. You've got some old tattered tea-dyed fabric behind there and a little flower. Okay, and then I think I had that sticking up. Yep. This is an old birthday card. You've got the ribbon here. It's just fabulous. And I didn't do anything to the front of that. This is a pocket or a little corner tuck pocket from, I think it is from one of the Foxy Rags. And then I just added a bunch of lace and sewing and die cuts and sheet music and what have you. There's a little tag inside made from the Kate Greenaway book. I just added a couple bits to the front there and some little tab at the top. That goes in here. And then you've got a bridge score sheet. I just folded and stuck that in there. And then this is actually a paper clip, a snag-free paper clip that I made out of that snippet roll forever ago. So it's just, yeah, it's just a paper clip. I added a couple pieces, but it was pretty much already done for me. There's, you know, vintage pieces and stuff on there. It's not holding anything on, I don't think. Now that I've said that, we might find something on the next page that it was holding, but let's see if I can even get it on here. There we go. Okay. No, it wasn't holding anything, and now there we go. Okay. So there's another piece of that awesome wrapper. Crinkly, some little faux velvet ribbon, this gorgeous book page. Some fabric here, some Holly Hobby wrapping paper that I turned into a page in a pocket, and this is an authentic advertising card from, let's see, 1887 it looks like. Just be careful with this, it is fragile wrapping paper. This is another one of the corner little bookmark pieces. And then this is a pocket from the kit, and I added vellum to the front as a little tuck Added some things back behind there as well. And then this is an authentic piece of ephemera from, it's pretty old. And then I turned this into a tuck as well, this little tag. I think this is from one of Tracie's kits, if I remember correctly. And then you've got a cigarette card, authentic cigarette card in there. And then in the back pocket is this tag. They created this acetate die cut window, a little craft tag inside, and I can't remember. I think this is Ukrainian or, is it Ukrainian or Russian? I can't remember. It's probably a bad thing to not remember right now. I just like the color.
Hi, people.
Nick's here.
Mom, this is cute.
Thank you. I'm having trouble getting this back in. Okay, keep talking, Nick.
Hopefully everyone had a really fun time doing the prompts this week. I know you're still planning on doing the prompts, right?
Probably Jenny did this week's for me, and I uploaded that yesterday, so I don't know yet. We'll see.
So purple's your favorite color.
Yes,
so...
I'm gonna try.
So I picked good ones for you.
Yes, you did. It was good.
Other than pink, or no, what was that color? The steampunk.
Oh, ivory.
The ivory steampunk.
But that's not weird, though. You think that's weird, but it's really not.
But these are super cute, and I know Mom took a really long time to make these. So...
And the video is like already an hour and a half, so I should probably keep going. This is the second. This is the second. I already did an hour.
Oh, wow.
All right, we're gonna keep going. This is a page from the Kate Greenaway book. I just love these ladies here. A doily pocket with an authentic Victorian calling card inside, and then a tag with a piece of the Holly Hobby wrapping paper. This is a tag from Tracie. And then a gorgeous background page with some lace on the edge. I just made a tuck spot out of this button card. I sewed some clear buttons on there, and I just added a little ticket in there. This is just a piece of, I think this was an old shirt, or like some sort of thing that my mom had and gave to me. So I just sewed that on with a ton of pink eyelash trim behind it. So that's just poking out everywhere, and some lace on the bottom. This is a pressed flower from a dogwood. No, it's not the dogwood. I can't remember what that's from. I'm so bad with my flowers. This is a tag from the kit. Is a button on the top, some die cuts, and this is a greeting card. It's handmade paper. It's fabulous. Some of that pep and press wrapping paper. This is a tuck spot I made with some acetate and, or not acetate, vellum and napkin and embossed and gilding wax and everything thrown on there. This is an old receipt / advertising thingy. This is actually from a digital kit of mine, one of the butterfly guides. I used the actual digital, not the authentic piece for there. This is just a, well, that's the butter wrapper. Just a bag that I had in my stash, and inside is a French wine label and an antique postcard. I think that is just beautiful. And then this is the tag page that I created. And inside, this is part of that snippet roll again. And this was something that was given to me in Happy Mail that just sort of matched. And then this is from one of Tracie's Foxy Rags, I believe. And then I don't know, I might have added some stuff to it, but I think it was pretty much ready to go. And then another one of the puppy potty bag core tabs.
That's a really good use for those, not gonna lie.
Nick hadn't seen that yet.
Yeah.
You like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that you were using those.
Yes.
So we save those now?
Yes, I have them here.
Oh,
As long as they're the cardboard ones.
Nice.
So we have a vellum backed die cut pocket here, And this is scrapbook paper. I added a Tim Holtz paper doll too, and some, it looks red, but it's actually hot pink rickrack. I'm not sure why it's looking so red in this light, but I promise it wasn't when I started. Let's see. This is some wallpaper that has these gorgeous windows and window boxes. Tim Holtz lady stand in there, some butterflies. This is a guest check that I had avocado dyed, and then I just decorated a little bit. Some old notebook paper, and then this is the middle of the signature, and we have another one of these little pocket thingies. So it's, let's see, this is her I think it's Victorian Album or something. Yeah, Victorian Album kit, and I just created tags that would showcase people in the windows. I backed this onto some of the Valentine's Day Valentine Papers background papers that Tracie has. These are Tim Holtz photos onto Tim Holtz paper and some other scrapbook paper to make it like nice and sturdy, and a little ruffle at the top. And then you can see their beautiful faces in the windows. And then there's a tag in the middle section that's from the kit, and then I did a double wax seal at the top, added some linen twine there. And then this one has flowers peeking through the windows. That's some of my great-grandmother's tatting at the top. I can get that back. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. This is one of Tracie's vintage paper dolls, and it's just paper clipped on. It's backed with scrapbook paper. I've just added some flat back pearls, a little bow, and then I gave her a necklace. I know I'm repeating myself, but some people might not watch every part of this, which is totally fine. If you just want to watch one flip through or whichever. Just added some sari silk here in sort of a haphazard way. This is one of Tracie's pretty houses with a little Tim Holtz paper doll girl. This was a tag I got in Happy Mail. All I did was add this like clustery bit to the front of it and some stuff to the top. So that was pretty. And then the other side, we got another one of those little cute stickers here with this little girl. This is just scrapbook paper that I added some trim to the top and made a tag. And then you've got that embossed die cut frame, and I added one of Tracie's people pictures, photo album pictures, and then some glossy accents on top. This is the other side of the tag page. These are attached with magnets. So those just flip, and then you have a belly band here. I've got, we'll start down here, teeny tiny Rolodex card, and an altered playing card, the rose. I gessoed this, I just, you know, kind of went nuts. Can't even remember what I did, to be honest. This is a Tim Holtz journaling card that I punched this, I have this shape punch, and added a tab to the top, and then those just magnet closed. And then you've got all the tuck spots from the tag backs or bottoms of the tags on the back. This is an antique flinch card, and then also, okay, go in there. Just a teeny flash card that I just sort of collaged onto. I actually have these, I think, still available in my shop if you're interested. They're kind of fun to play with. This is the other side of that bag, and I have an authentic antique photo in there on a cabinet card, I guess you would call that. And this was a piece that I made in a live stream forever ago, and this one was designed by my friend Amy at oh, I forget now, Glamping and Glitter, right? Oh my gosh, my brain just, anyway, she walked me through what she wanted me to make during the live, and so that was her creation. So I just glued that on there. Let's see, here we have a greeting card that I completely altered. I cut out the sentiment in the middle and added some packaging film and created a pocket. Oh no, the words, these are the inside words. Yep, okay, my brain just malfunctioned. Okay, so you can read the words from the outside, and then this is another one of the gorgeous Tim Holtz doily embossed card catalog cards that I'm in love with. I did back it with other paper, so you could write on it if you wanted to. And then there's the back. I just added a piece from Tracie's kit, but it's got this gorgeous butterfly. This is actually a pocket. I just didn't put anything in it because, yeah, this was getting insane. So let's see. I just have this clipped, like the back of it, the inside, since the lace is in the way. Okay, some more of the Pep and Press paper, that handmade card. I just added, I covered up some words that were down here. I love how this sort of matches. I didn't do that on purpose, it just happened, but it's a happy accident. This is a Tim Holtz die that I have, and I cut the top, the bell jar part, out of acetate, and then added a little bling, and this is a old seal, like a floral seal. I think it might be Denison. And then this is, I think that's a Tracie butterfly. It's a pocket I made out of an old handkerchief with some buttons. And this is a Tim Holtz journaling card with some bits. This is like, I think it's Denison, but I can't remember if it's Denison, but it's an old like paper tab, and I just stamped on it some collaging there, and then you've got writing space on the back. And this gorgeous background page. Am I in frame? And then I used some of that wrapping paper, this beautiful lady. This was another happy accident. So let me see if you can see this. Okay, do you see the flower print on there? So I was die cutting craft paper, and like a dummy, I put the die upside down. So the flat part of the die was on the paper, and the cutting part was not, you know, touching the paper. So it made this gorgeous imprint of this flower. I don't know if it's doing it justice on camera, but I was just so happy with it, I had to use it. It's a Tim Holtz flower there, and yeah. All right, some more Kate Greenaway. This is an envelope from Tracie's kit. And I, let's see, what did I do? I added a little cluster here. There's an antique letter inside. I sewed around the whole thing 100 times. This is some tracing paper that I had stamped on, and then I sewed it just around the sides, tore the top, added a little tab, and it's now a pocket for some little, this is an antique game card, and then this is something from, I don't know when, but it's just a piece of ephemera from my stash. And that is in there. And then that just clips on the top. The other side of the Holly Hobby wrapping paper, there's a check or some sort of document in here, but isn't that gorgeous with the pink? I love it. Love, 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 love it. All right. This is a very old antique card, so be very careful. It's very fragile, but I just thought it was beautiful, so I had to put that in here, and it's just glued down. Some of that book page, another little pocket and tag. Oops. I did this on purpose. This was not my machine barfing thread. It was on purpose, even though at the time my machine was giving me fits. I did it on purpose. My machine is all back to normal now, so thank goodness I have my husband who can fix everything. This is just the other side, the other side of the card, but I just left some writing space there. This is an envelope I got in Happy Mail. It's not being used as an envelope. I glued the flap down and made it a tuck spot for this tag, and then you have a couple of the little flower seals inside there, little collaging, and then behind it is the big notebook that I made. That's just plain paper, nothing fancy. And then I love this page. I love it. This is an old, sewing, they're snaps. I added this brad with this cameo on here. This was given to me by Jenny. Hi, Jenny. And then this was just a tag I had in my stash. I think I got it in Happy Mail. I just tucked that in there to have something in there. And then you've got the back of the doily. And then my little stamp here letting you know who made this journal. And that's it. That's it. I mean, an hour and a half later, we're done. This may be my longest video ever, guys. Feel free to skip ahead to the different chapters. I will link that, or I'll put that in the description box below. So if you just want to look at one of them, you can. And they will be listed in my Etsy shop as soon as the video is uploaded, all 3 of them. And they'll be listed individually. So, yeah, I think that's it. Anything else? I feel like I've been talking forever.
You did a good job. I was here for like 10 minutes of it. You did a good job.
It's been a while since I did a talking video. So, okay, so that's it, guys. I'm going to go. I'm going to get these listed. And I will be back because I have a list of things that I need to film, and so you'll probably see a lot of me this week. Hopefully that's okay. All right, I hope you have a fabulous day. Take care of yourselves, stay safe wherever you are, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye.
See ya.